First leg, Michael to throw first. Game on.
Get the feeling that maybe Michael Smith could have peaked in the semi-final with some of the darts he threw. One thing we know about Michael is that he has this amazing ability to find even more when he needs it. And he's trending so well in the last 2 or 3 weeks. Since he got that first point in the Premier League, for me he's been a totally different player. And he's shown so much ability and so much belief in this first European event of the year. But I look at what's happened with these two when they played each other in the last 5 occasions. The last time Michael Smith beat him was in September of 2019. Since then, there have been 4 more matches, 3 wins for Price, and that draw that you mentioned.
Yeah, and that's pretty telling, I think. I mean, both have been producing big numbers. You look at their averages on the Pro Tour this year so far, both inside the top 10. Smith has produced the biggest scoring this weekend, a tournament average of 100.6 as opposed to Price's 95.
60.
You just wonder how much each player has left in the tank for this final. Double 15, it's been a popular MO for many players this weekend. Michael Smith loves double 15, it came to his rescue in that semi-final.
Likes it even more now because that second dart was a lovely little ricochet off the first one. It wasn't a pure dart. It was good enough though. Yeah, you're right. I think Michael Smith statistically has been the best player this week.
Yeah.
He's been the most consistent. And he's found some things at the right times. You mentioned to me off camera maybe 10 minutes ago that 110 finish in the semi-final was particularly important.
Yeah, because he was trailing 5-4 at the time and it was a catalyst for him. He won 3 legs without reply when obviously Peter Wright had won 4 legs out of 5 and had the momentum behind him. So it was a key moment in the match, no doubt about it.
This final has every possibility of being the best that we've ever seen. And it's hard for me to think back on what is the best final we've ever seen. I think maybe the Sulevic MVG final in Vienna last year was one of the best.
There was the one in Vienna between Smith and Van Gerwen as well, you may recall, a few years ago.
Good reply from Price in 12. Just setting themselves very, very well here. Yeah, that was a particularly good one. I remember needing some throat lozenges after that.
It's interesting as well because I mentioned at the outset that Michael Smith has won 4 European Tour titles. His most recent was in Gibraltar in 2017, which is far too long for a player of his calibre. He has competed in 2 European Tour finals since then. The most recent one was the 8-7 defeat by Max Hopp at the German Darts Open, and the other was that epic against Van Gerwen in Vienna in 2017, or was it 2018? I'd have to double check, but yeah, 2 finals since the most recent of his 4 European Tour successes.
Yeah, it was 2017 because
yes, it was. Yeah.
In 2016 he lost in the final to Taylor.
Yeah, and he returned straight, or the year later, to have another go.
57.
And then he lost in the final in the multiverse to Wade in the World Series final, so it wasn't his, not so much not a happy hunting ground, but he just couldn't get the job sealed.
What I will say as well about Michael Smith is that I think you could certainly make a strong case that he's had the more difficult run to the final as well. He's already seen off the world #1 Michael Van Gerwen and the world champion Peter Wright. No disrespect to the players that Gerwyn Price has faced so far. Michael Smith takes out 85 for a 2-1 lead.
He's looking particularly good in the bottom right corner with double 15 and that treble 15 to set up that top shot. And when he's hitting the stuff he likes a lot, it's an ominous sign for his opponents.
Another stat that suggests that Smith has produced the better numbers this weekend, the all-important checkout stats as well, far more emphatic. 56% of his doubles have been taken out, and Gerwyn Price 42%.
59.
He's just been better in every department, really. Better in the first 9, better in the overall average, better in the doubles. And when you're on 56% before this final starts, you've got to be thinking, yeah, I'm getting my doubles here. I've got every chance.
Well, it bodes well, certainly, but what has gone before can often count for very little when it comes to the final reckoning. It's all about how Michael Smith handles the pressure. He'll be well aware that, you know, it's been a long time for him since his, well, not only his last European Tour title, but it's been a long time since his last title, full stop. That success on the World Series stage in Shanghai in 2018.
96.
That was one of the biggest wins of his career, because it came at a time when he was starting to question whether he would get another chance to win a TV title, having just missed out on the Premier League.
129.
Anyway, 129 here for Gerwyn Price. 110.
60 bull.
That's the 60. Smith's on 79, has to go for the bull. Misses.
104.
I'm surprised that Michael didn't switch on the last dart to try and take the 9 off. But now one dart at tops anyway.
39. Gerwyn, you require.
It was well thrown. He was just wishing it would dip a little bit more at the end. Double 12 to keep the pattern going. He's not going to move back to the middle, and he did the right thing.
He certainly did. And well, it was a feature of Smith's semi-final, wasn't it? He had those 3 missed starts at double 7 for a 2-0 lead against Peter Wright. He then had a missed start at double 10 for a 4-1 lead as well, and there a missed start at tops for a 3-1 lead. First to 8, remember. And they are the fine margins that can ultimately determine a match of this nature. We said at the start, or I said at the start, that this is likely to be close. 6-all the last time they met in the Premier League. That came 4 days after a 6-5 scoreline on the Pro Tour.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I've been in a European Tour final twice. First one, got absolutely gubbed by Whitlock. Next time, got robbed by Mr. Newton.
121.
My own fault, I should have hit double 12. Had 3 in hand, couldn't get it done. And one visit at a dartboard can change your career.
37.
Right now, Smith. 126 after that. Treble 14.
89.
That's good enough right now. It seems like the hold of, or the start is a big thing in this final so far. It could come down to that one break throw. When will it be?
52.
If at all. It could be now.
He missed darts at tops, or a dart at tops in the previous leg. He's missed 2 more there.
3 more 18s for tops for the first break chance. Here it comes. Ooh, he gave it the full AFL referee 2 fingers there, as if to say 6 points. It's good.
First break of throw in this final, and it goes to Gerwyn Price with a 112 checkout.
100.
And again, it came after Michael Smith had missed 2 darts at tops. It's similar to how that semi-final panned out, or the early stages of his semi-final panned out against Peter Wright.
Well, it was around about this point where Price started to put the hammer down against Dirk. So maybe this is the point where he feels comfortable, 5 legs in.
Well, of course, this run for Michael Smith as well will do his Pro Tour Order of Merit the world of good as well. It should mean that he's comfortable further down the road as far as qualifying or automatically featuring in these European Tour events is concerned. Only seeded this weekend because of the absence of Darrell Gurney and Dave Chisnell. Otherwise, he would have had to qualify, and who knows, he may well have found it a more difficult route through and a more difficult nut to crack.
4-2. It is not, but it might be in a minute. But great point, Rob, because Michael had to qualify for Sindelfingen and has done, so he will be there as a non-seed. But beyond that, I'm sure he will be for most of the season. Tops for Price. Gets it. 2-leg gap. Looking pretty ominous, and I think Michael just needs to find a little burst here. Very much like what he did against 2 best players on the planet statistically, and the best player on the planet, Michael van Gerwen. He's beaten him today, but he's also playing him on Thursday in Exeter.
Yeah, in the Premier League when that starts up again. Then they move on to Minehead for the UK Open. The darts comes thick and fast over the next month or so. March is a very important month of the calendar. We've got Euro Tour events coming up as well, both in Germany. But Gerwyn Price here, well, we mentioned their respective routes to the final. Worth noting that
57.
Gerwyn Price hasn't given too many legs away, only 7 over the course of his 4 matches. 4 of those were against Van Dijvenbode in that
60.
semi-final that he came through just 20 minutes or so ago. 6-1 against Wesley Plaisier, 6-0 against Jamie Hughes, and 6-2 against Mensur.
Gerwyn Price has got Glen Durrant on Thursday in game number 2. You mentioned Michael Smith only being seeded because of the absence of Gurney and Chisnell. Since seen on social media that Daryl Gurney's been singing a duet with Adrian Lewis up in Turriff, Scotland. So if you haven't seen that already,
don't bother.
yeah, just stay with us. This is better anyway.
Only joking, Daryl.
I wasn't. I actually don't know if he's a good singer. I know Adrian is. He's very good. Should go on The Masked Singer.
Treble 18. Stays there. Bullseye.
61.
So close.
Very close
59.
indeed. But, well, we talk about fine margins and turning points. This could be another, and this could be another break of throw. Gerwyn Price on tops. There aren't many better sometimes.
I agree. He's just ruthless. Michael Smith gets a tiny sniff at the ball, and Price is lurking on that easy 2-darter, that 59. If he's on something like 61, it's very, very different.
134.
He looks energized, and it's been a very long day for everybody here. Backstage crew, organizers, players,
96.
security, and Gerwyn Price looks
Fresh as a daisy.
Yeah, the freshest of the lot.
Further evidence forthcoming as well, Paul. 2 breaks to the good. Can Michael Smith claw those breaks back? Well, if he is to claw those breaks back, he'll need more visits like that. But it's the finishing. We talked about the missed darts at tops in legs 4 and 5.
57.
Pivotal moments. 5-2 down. Could theoretically be 4-3 up.
58.
Just seems to be going on the wrong side of the wire now. And Price always finds himself in better positions after 9 and 12 now. Again, the approach play is almost perfect. On this occasion, it was perfect.
Well, Gerwyn Price at the back of the stage just taking another glug of water and getting himself ready for this attempt at double 18 for a 6-2 lead. Inside for double 9. And double 9 is found. And that is 5 legs without reply.
140.
And he's really building up a head of steam. And you look back at the semi-final that he had against Van Dijvenbode as well. He reeled off 6 legs without reply in that one. He was 3-0 down in that. He's got a similar pattern emerging here with 5 legs without reply.
Well, if he does win this title, Price, from this position, which is looking quite likely, he'll have had worse weeks when it comes to cash and checks. There's another max from him. Because it was 6,000 quid last Saturday, 10,000 quid last Sunday, possibly 25 here. That's £41,000 in 8 days.
I mentioned as well, he's since September the 1st, he's earned in prize money alone 473,000. This will take him to 498 if he gets the 25k here.
60.
I get the feeling that if Smith is going to win this game, this 126 cannot go out.
But it may well do. It may well do so. Double 6. Oh, it is absolutely astonishing. He's missing absolutely nothing at the moment. And a little acknowledgement there from Michael Smith, who perhaps knows that this one is beyond him now, because Gerwyn Price is steamrolling his way through this one.
Sometimes you get beaten by the better player. He's not beaten yet, of course. Anybody in the world is capable of reeling off 6 straight legs. Michael Smith is definitely one of those candidates.
140.
But in this mood, Price looks invincible.
Well,
100.
a 1-1-2 check out, a 1-2-6 check out. The ton plus averages keep on coming as well. Oh, sorry, the ton plus checkouts keep on coming.
134.
I don't think he'll have many matches in his career on the European Tour that are better than 240 outs in a 160.
140.
The average is just nudging towards the 100 barrier as well. He might well break that in this match, Gerwyn Price.
134.
I have to emphasise that Smith has not played poorly here.
No, he hasn't.
42.
It will feel as though he has played poorly, but he's not just been able to respond when Gerwyn Price has just put his foot to the floor.
73.
And there again,
Gerwyn,
another missed opportunity
122.
comes and goes. And can he steal it with this 1-2-2? He's found it. And he's left himself a shot at the bullseye.
97.
Well, Michael Smith loves
20.
double 10 most of the time. He likes it here. Boy, was that a good guide. It just looks so inviting when he gets that one just on the outside wire.
Game on.
Game's still alive. And Price has had one match start so far. There's no guarantee in this game that he will get any more. But you think that he will. Good quality, as you can see.
140.
In these finals where the day's been very long, you can excuse the players for having the odd mediocre leg, at 18 for instance.
95.
But the majority of them 14, 12, 14, 17, 14. That's high quality.
Yeah, just to emphasise what I was saying earlier as well, that 12 dart leg there, only the third he's had this weekend, that 12 dart leg. But what he's been so good at is the consistency with the 14 and 15 darters, on throw especially as well.
100.
He's just been pretty merciless, actually.
I think that word very much sums him up. I think it sums up his
58.
greyhound, Hello Julie, as well, who I had that confirmed via social media to me in the break between the semi and the final. Winner at Hove last week. Will Gezi Price be the winner in Hasselt?
Well, a place on the winner's podium beckons here for Gerwyn Price, although maybe not in this leg. But he's put the pressure on, and Michael Smith knows that this 82 has to go, because Gerwyn Price has left himself tops. Double 16 for Michael Smith to keep the title alive, or the title hopes alive. And it's another missed dart at a double for Michael Smith. And Gerwyn Price can step in and clean up.
On St. David's Day, he gets it very right. And it's the first time Gerwyn Price wins a European Tour title outside of East Germany. He is the first ever Belgian Darts Championship winner. And his hot streak at the start of 2020 continues. Michael Smith has a lot to be happy about. He comes up just short on this occasion, but he's laid the foundations for a great season. Price continues what he's been doing lately in winning and doing everything right. Price wins again.